break up the monotony at sea, and many passengers go ashore to explore Port Hedland's rough edges. So we have green light to proceed. Thank you, Chief.
I think Ginger snuck off. Wow. She's with Mama. Wow. That's hard to believe. Ginger usually hangs with me. That's crazy. Oh well. He's back. Here comes that kid. I wonder where he goes. He goes away for about an hour and then he comes back. So all the dogs are going to freak out. There's a car in front of him, so he can't go as fast as he wants. Hey, come on. The firecracker boy. That's his new name. He's the firecracker boy. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody's just chilling, everybody. Everybody's just chilled out, you know. Gypsy's happy. Prince is happy. Everybody's just chilling. It's just a calm, nice evening here on the Ice Age TV. You ever thought if dog could ever talk, what would it tell you? What would a dog tell you? You ever thought about that? If a dog could talk, I mean, why is dogs man's best friend? Because they don't talk. If you're a married man, you get that one. Poor ladies. Yeah, so if a dog could talk, what would it say? Would they bitch all day long? If you're married, you get that one. Wife has really come around. The irony of life, my wife has really come around. I mean, we're on better terms now than we've been in a long time. I mean, it's crazy, everybody. It's crazy. Crazy. You know, how things play out in life. Wow. I mean, I'm sincere with you. My wife is, she and I are getting along more than ever we have in a long time. So, I mean, crazy, right? Crazy. You know, that's a blessing in my book. Hey, pray for a miracle. I pray for it every day of my freaking life, everybody. Yeah. I'll have to get popcorn up here. I'll have to drag his ass up here. What I gotta do, I'm gonna go to Florida and buy myself a ton of freaking liquor again and bring Dad back. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it, everybody. That's the plan, but I can't do it till June because it's just gonna be too difficult. Me leaving here in May. My mother's celebration of life is on Flag Day, right before Father's Day, and so to go down there now and spend a week or two down there, then turn around, come back. And so I'm really more on the page of I'll go down there probably like the first week of June or so and spend time with my father. And I want to kind of get the dogs all conditioned to be that my wife can kind of handle this. And she can. There's no doubt in my mind now that she can really handle the dogs. They really are well behaved, and I just feel good about it. And that's the thing with my Wheaten Terriers and Poodles. I've gone away here many years when my wife took care of them, and I've never been worried about them being a problem. And these dogs here, they really are becoming much more trained to just being around the property, and I think it'll be okay. I really do. I'm not as concerned as I was like a month ago. And so, especially at the barn, I'm not going to show my wife how to manage the barn. Put them in the barn at nighttime and come out and let them out and take care of the morning. Put them back in the barn before you go to work, and then you come home, let them out of the barn, just hang out with them in the afternoon, and you should be fine. So I think that's kind of what's going to play out. And then I'll feel better about just kind of being gone. But then what I'm going to do, I'm going to haul Dad's ass back up here. I'm going to bring my dad. What's really cool, I really got the house really back in really good order. So my father could really stay in my house, and my wife would definitely switch rooms to help him if he'd want to go up and downstairs. So as an example, my father could stay in that addition I built that's one level living, and my wife would be very accommodating about upstairs. My wife's so funny. She's such a character. My wife's like, hey, you do know, I think this is great. You do know that is the Martha Stewart bedroom set that she's like, I bought, which she did. She did. It's not incorrect. She bought that Martha Stewart bedroom set. Very expensive, very nice, beautiful bedroom set we have in our home. And she's like, that's my home. That's my bedroom set. So I don't think, so make sure that, somebody else doesn't think that's going away. Like, no, that ain't going away. The whole point is, my wife can move back into the upstairs bedroom because guess that upstairs bedroom has been converted into somebody else's bedroom. But now that things have changed, I think we'll convert that back to our bedroom. And what's really cool about that is now my dad can come up and stay in the back side of the house, which is that really master living area. And it's one level living. My father would have to go up downstairs, and he'd be very accommodating at the deck. I think it'd be great. So I think that's a blessing. So things happen in life, and I really try to take things that change, that it's for a reason, and try to make it work for the better. And I really am. So you watch my channel. No, no hardships, no criticism, no anger, no unhappiness. That's not happening. And so we work through it and make it work. So I think it's really cool is, once again, I think when I come back from Florida, I'm going to have a ton of liquor, and I'm going to bring my dad back, and he's going to be able to spend some time up here. And that'd be great because we can hang out here together, and we'll do some evening conversations. And I think that'd be so cool because my dad used to live up in that home up there. Just so you know, my father lived in that house there for close to 11 years. And so he would have so much fun. And it being the hottest months of the year, which he's kind of more conditioned for, he would like that. And I just think it'd be a great thing. So we probably will have some pretty cool popcorn stories as we progress here. And I get the dogs more trained to be more docile and just more controlled, hopefully. And I feel a little more confident my father could be here, and the dogs don't run them over and don't, jump up on them and hurt them and whatever. So that'll be great. I think that is a good plan, everybody. I think that'll be a great adventure for us. That Gypsy just seems so happy. I mean, this is just kind of their turf, and like Prince seems to be pretty content. Everybody seems to be pretty happy, everybody. The pack has really come together, and I can remember so well of select subscribers so adamantly saying that I had dogs that were going to be extremely aggressive, they were going to be very hard to manage, and that without the proper training, these dogs would probably kill each other. Does anybody remember those comments on my channel? Does anybody remember those comments on my channel where there were certain individuals calling out my channel saying I had no clue how to raise dogs, and by drinking the pond water, drinking the creek water, they'd all be dead. These dogs would become very much more aggressive as they're adults, and they would probably kill on each other. Does anyone remember these conversations? I love the subscribers that like to call me out on things, but you never hear them show back up. But the thing is, some have been banned from my channel. For the record, some have banned my channel because it just gets so radical of a conversation. It's like, I don't really understand what you're trying to accomplish on my channel besides attack me. But the point is, I know they can still watch my channel, but they can't comment anymore. So you don't see their comments because they can't, because they've been banned. But I just think it's incredible of the so-called expert dog trainers, the expert guys that know everything. And yet here we are. Why aren't these dogs at on each other's throats killing each other? I mean, come on, everybody. I mean, as a YouTube creator, it gets very challenging to deal with people that constantly call out your channel that you don't know what the hell you're doing. All right, I never said I was the smartest of the bunch, but I sure am, in some ways. Oh, here we go. But what that is, that's Rebel, his little crybaby, that starts trying to lick Scout's carcass breath mouth. And he starts crying because Scout doesn't like that. Or does he like that? Whole point is, everybody, these dogs really have acclimated really well. Now, Kiefer was a whole different animal. Kiefer was trained to be aggressive, borderline attack dog. He was raised in the very early stages. He was raised and trained. We went away to be an attack dog. Yes, so Kiefer was a whole different animal. And that dog came from like a whole different lineage of police dogs, attack dogs. So that dog, Kiefer, in so many ways, he was seriously challenging on him not injuring Ginger. And so many people said on my channel when I get these new German Shepherds that those poor Wheaten Terriers are going to be terrorized, they're going to be abused, they're going to probably be killed. Yeah. Will they raise their hand and say, I was so wrong, Mr. Iceman? I apologize, Mr. Iceman, that I beat you up on your channel, and I was wrong. Will they do that? Maybe. I doubt it. They'll just hide behind the scenes like, screw you. Right, screw you. I'm right there with you. That's why you've been banned. Here is good old Prince. So, the part of me is like, do I let them go? I mean, part of me is like, we brought them home to live here with us. Do I let them go? I don't know. I get mixed feelings. My daughter so loves Prince, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I get mixed feelings because they're so here, and they're getting ready to go to a whole different environment where they're going to be in the pack of dogs. So they're going to kind of go from being kind of their personalities or who they are because of who I am and what I've brought them up in and the environment they brought them up in, to if they go to a different environment, I don't know. I get mixed feelings on that. And so what you're hearing right now is Rebel and Scout are playing a game. They play this game every day. And they're little wimps. They start crying and run away. The German Shepherds cry and run away. They're not attack dogs, everybody. They cower and run away. They're not attack dogs. So, once again, Prince and Gypsy, a little bit more work for me, but there's such the entertainment for me being here now that I'll never forget. This is a true story. I'll never forget, and I've told it before. When I married my wife, I had a little Pomeranian named Sasha. And I'll never forget when I took Stephanie away from her mother, that in 2000, we went on a trip, and we were gone for a while. And it may have been a little later than that, but I'll never forget, we let her mother take care of Sasha. And a little Pomeranian, beautiful little dog. I'll never forget her mother calling me and saying, can I keep her another week? And I was like, well, that was my dog. That was a great dog for me. My first wife that I was married to wanted that dog. I didn't want it, but then I ended up keeping it because she couldn't take care of it because she moved on and wanted to have the crazy life, and I get it, and she moved on. So first marriage, my wife was 7 years younger than me. And I always told my wife, my first wife, Heather, that she'll regret getting married to me because she's too young. This is where, in so many ways, it's weird in life because my first wife, I always told her, "You love me because I'm successful in the oil industry. I'm a sales guy. I'm doing well. I had the looks. I worked out, and I had the personality." And she just loved me. And she bugged me 2 years 2 years of me really just pushing her off, too young, too young, too young. And eventually I came around, and eventually we got married. But I emphasized to her, you're too young. You will regret this because once you kind of grow up, you're going to see that you got married too young. And so the irony is, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, 5 years later after getting married, she decided it's time to move on, which it's all good. I mean, not any hardships, no anger, no negativity here. I'm just sharing stories with you that it was classic on how she got a Pomeranian dog that I didn't want. I didn't want nothing to do with another dog in my life at that time. So I ended up taking responsibility for that dog. And then as time progressed, I met Stephanie, and then we got married, and then blah, blah, blah. And then as time progressed, her mother started taking care of the dog. And I'll never forget this phone call. I mean, I'm not lying to you. This is real conversation. My mother-in-law said, "Can I keep Sasha?" This is after she already kept her a week or two. And eventually I was like, "Hey, I want to come down and get Sasha and bring her back home." Because I already had Trigger and Ebony and Mocha and Topaz. So I had 4 other dogs at that time. So Sasha was number 5. So I want to bring her back home. My mother-in-law said, well, Gary, for the record, you took my daughter, so I think it's only fair that I take your dog. I mean, I was like, wow. I mean, my wife would be embarrassed when you tell this story, but I don't care. So, you know what I said? I said, you know what? We're good. We're good. If that dog makes you happy, and I agree, I took your daughter away from you. I get it. Keep the dog. Keep the dog. And that's fine. That's fine. And then what's so classic, it was like about a year or 2 years went by, and my wife and I were sitting out on the back porch of this house when it used to not have a big addition in the back of it. And I looked at my wife and said, "I want another Pomeranian." My wife was like, "Oh my God." She goes, "I don't get you masculine guys with these little itty bitty dogs." My wife's not really into little dogs. And she's like, "I just makes no sense to me. You masculine guys get into these little itty bitty dogs. Like, why do you want another Pomeranian?" I'm like, well, I just think they're cute, and I think they're pretty cool. And so we ended up going out, and Stephanie and I went up to Smithsburg, Maryland, and we found this lady that breeds Pomeranians, and we literally bought a little black toy Pomeranian. That little dog, when we bought that dog, Rio, we called her Rio because our favorite restaurant, it took us a few days to name that dog. And so we finally came to closure to agree on Del Rio Mexican restaurant, so we called her Rio after our favorite Mexican restaurant right here in Leesburg, Virginia, that I took to my wife all the time. My daughter loves Mexican food. You know why? My wife became a vegan, prior to her getting pregnant. And when she got pregnant, that little baby inside of her body started demanding meat. And so she was forced to go back to eating meat. So we went to the Mexican restaurant all the time. Wonder why my kid Julia loves Mexican restaurant? Because her mother was eating Mexican. Oh, Indian? This is factual. I used to take my wife to the nicest Indian restaurant. Oh, this place was incredible. Beautiful. It's probably the same as the one that Julie now goes to. But this restaurant was so cool, so nice, so polished. Best Indian food we ever had. And so I used to take my wife when she was pregnant to the Mexican and the Indian restaurant all the time. Now, for the record, Julia's favorite foods are Indian and Mexican food. They are. She just loves it. Wonder why? Because her mother was giving those foods to her as she was becoming a human to come to this world. So anyways, whole point of the conversation is how my mother-in-law ended up taking one of my favorite little Pomeranians. I ended up turning around and getting another favorite little Pomeranian. And Rio, who that little dog was a trooper. That little dog used to run with a pack. That dog got ran over by my bigger dogs, where she was knocked out, bleeding from the mouth, where I thought she was dead. When I run these four-wheelers around the property, that little dog would run with a pack. And she was fast. But the big dogs would always like run her over, chasing me. And there was numerous times that dog would lay on the ground. That little girl would lay on the ground, and I thought she was dead. And that damn little dog, after a little bit, one day she was so knocked out, she was unconscious. I brought her in their house. I thought she was pretty much going to be dead. And sure enough, a little while later, she kind of came around, and then she's back to life, man. So Rio and Julia played with that dog like you can't believe. So anyways, just kind of a conversation here, me being by myself, talking to you like you're sitting, just sharing stories of life. And I'm sure you have life stories as well as me, but I've got a YouTube channel where I can share that with you and hopefully make you feel like you're here hanging out with me, having a cigar, having a nice drink, just enjoying the evening. And that's what it's all about as you get older in life. Just chilling out, reminiscing your life. And that's what it's about, right? So I think I'm going to wrap it up with that and call it a day, call it a night. And there was a rabbit over towards the house. And all the puppies are all happy. But Prince and Gypsy, they're really happy. And, for me, golly, how much more can I take of losing in my life? I don't know, man. Kiefer, the wife, the kid, dogs. But we'll leave it at that. We'll try to make things make sense. God bless. Have a great evening.